let's take a really quick look at the differences between animal and plant cells. So if I draw a quick animal cell, so the left side will be an animal cell, and our right side will be a plant cell. Because plants have leaves, I'll sort of draw it in a more square-like shape. By this point, you probably already know that plant cells, so things only in plant cells are labeled in green. Plant cells have cell walls, all right? Plant cells also have a huge permanent vacuole. So this is a vacuole. Now what's a vacuole used for? A vacuole just contains cell sap, which just stores a bunch of energy essentially. And actually I should have written that in green because that's unique to plants. So vacuole. And plant cells also have chloroplasts, which are these green things that do photosynthesis. So they have chloroplasts. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Cell walls, vacuoles, and chloroplasts. Let me just draw a nucleus in because I didn't draw one. That's a nucleus, and that's in both. Remember, cells also have a cell membrane. Cell membranes control what goes in or out. Nucleus stores the DNA and controls what happens in the cell. Let's go back to our animal cell. Animal cells are going to have, the biggest thing in animal cells are going to be the nucleus. Whereas in plant cells, it's the vacuole, which stores cell sap, amongst other things. And animal cells also have things called ribosomes. And ribosomes are, importantly, they're the tiniest ones. So in your exam, you may be asked to identify, and you'll be given a tiny diagram like this. And just know that the ribosome will be the tiniest thing that you have in the diagram. That's how you identify it, ribosome. Then we also have things that are slightly bigger than the ribosome, but smaller than the nucleus, which is called the, mitochondria. Mitochondria is basically the powerhouse of the cell. And it's where cellular respiration takes place, and it's also where you power your cell. In the ribosome, protein synthesis occurs, which is something you'll look like. Just look at my video on protein synthesis. It's much easier. It's a long process, but essentially it's like where DNA gets replicated. And of course, we're going to have our cell membrane. Remember, animal cells do not have a cell wall. So cell membrane, and yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know. And of course, cytoplasm. What does the cytoplasm do? Cytoplasm just holds everything together, and it's also where chemical reactions occur. Cell walls are made of cellulose in plants. That should be in green actually. They're made of cellulose, and cell walls give the plant their rigid shape despite not having bones like us, like animals. Animals have bones, but plant cells, they have a rigid cell wall made of cellulose that gives them support and shape. Mitochondria is going to be in both, so I can draw them on, and basically these organelles are going to look the same on both. So we're going to have our mitochondria, which is where our respiration takes place. We're going to have our ribosomes. Ribosomes are just going to be tiny dots. That's how you identify them in your diagram. Ribosome, and yeah, ribosome where protein synthesis occurs. We have a permanent vacuole containing cell sap for energy. And yeah, that is pretty much it, I believe. And that's pretty much all you need to know about animal and plant cells. Just know cell walls are unique to plants. And yeah. And chloroplast is where photosynthesis occurs. Thanks for watching this video.